Welcome to another edition of the Law Basket. I am James Williams, and in this segment, we shall be dealing with the law on street trading. Now, these are the lesson objectives. Number 1, to know the law on street trading. Number 2, to know who regulates street trading. Number 3, an inquiry as to the reasons for the continuous street trading. And number 4, to proffer attainable reforms to the issue of street trading. Now, the law of street trading is recognized in Section 2 of the Freetown Trading Ordinance 1937, Cap 70 of the Laws of Sierra Leone. In this ordinance, it is defined as a trade in goods on any road, square, court, alley, or passage over which the public has a right of way, and not necessarily covered or uncovered, or not by any pavement, veranda, porch, or other structure. From this excerpt that has just been read, we can see and understand, perceive that any person who conducts business on an area where the public have a right of way is automatically recognized by law as a street trader. Now, let us go on to further understand why the law prohibits street trading in specific circumstances. The governor in council, as it was known in the colonial era, the president and his cabinet, as we now have, can by notice in consultation with the Freetown City Council prohibit the sale or exposure for sale of goods with exceptions/modifications. Street trading is furthermore prohibited by the Road Transport Authority through the statutory instrument under Section 134 of the Road Traffic Act of 2007. All these ordinances go on to tell us that the law on street trading is not always prohibited, but in certain circumstances, it is surely restricted. Now, what are some of the rules involved in street trading? The president and his cabinet, in consultation with the Freetown City Council, can make the following pronouncement in respect of street trading. Number 1, fixing days and hours during which goods may be sold on the street. 2, prescribing the precautions to be taken by traders in foodstuffs to secure cleanliness and freedom of infection. 3, regulates the sale of goods in the streets by hawkers and peddlers. 4, seizure, detention, and disposal of goods of any hawker, peddler, or trader contravening the provisions of any rules. Prohibiting the sale of specified articles which are either dangerous or unsuitable as articles for food. Now, we have seen from the excerpt that has just been read that these are the various rules which can or may be instituted by the president in consultation with other regulatory bodies to ensure that the law of street trading is given its necessary credence. Now, let us go on to examine some of the reasons why street trading has consistently persisted and succeeding governments have not been able to adequately resolve the issue. Number 1, no infrastructural provision as an alternative to complete prohibition of street trading. Number 2, poor city planning in which residential, office, commercial areas are left unplanned. 3, fear of not being voted for in office during subsequent elections. Strategic locations of port and road terminal points. Now, In Sierra Leone, it is of course visible to the blind and audible to the deaf that the city is largely unplanned with regards areas for specified purposes. We have the central business district, and in such areas you also have hawkers, street peddlers, and other things, and other people who conduct similar businesses. It shouldn't be like that, and that is why the problem of street trading has consistently persisted. It is of course a perennial problem in Sierra Leone, and if steps are not taken to probably address these issues, then we would see and have a continuance of same. Now we have dilated on the issues with regards why it has persisted. The Law Basket as a program seeks to enlighten people with regards the law as it is, and probably the law as we would like it to be prospectively. Against that backdrop, it is prudent to tender the following recommendations. Number 1, construct more public markets. Number 2, make clear the statutory powers of the president with the cabinet and city councils, together with the Road Transport Authority, in prohibiting street trading. Embark on city plan restructuring, and this is very key, especially in the central eastern part of Freetown, to alternatively provide more skilled jobs to secure political support. These are some of the points that need to be tabled if we are to address the problem on street trading. I have been James Adi Williams in your segment of the Law Basket. Continue to stay with us. Have yourself a pleasant day. Thank you.